Hey y'all. Y'all come on in. Y'all want some cake? I'm making a butter yellow cake today with some chocolate buttercream and a black chocolate drip. Come on in. Let's get started. All right, y'all. Let's get started. All right, so what I have are 2 sticks of unsalted butter that's been brought to room temperature. And I also have 1 3/4 cup of sugar. As well as 2 teaspoons of vanilla. And you know what? I thought I would add something else that I found in the store, in one of the local stores. Is some of this. It's some butter vanilla. It's actually really good. It gives a little bit more extra flavor. You don't have to add it. I just saw it and I thought I was adding, because why not? It's a vanilla cake. It's a butter vanilla cake, so it's butter vanilla, butter and vanilla in there. Just add to it. All right, so we're going to cream those together for at least 8 minutes on medium-high speed, just to make sure that butter is softened, because sometimes if you take it out, it may not soften enough. So we're going to let that go and become light and fluffy for at least 8 to 10 minutes. All right, you guys, it's been about 10 minutes. I let that butter and sugar whip together. And you see how that's not going to be enough for you to see, but it doubles in volume and it gets light and fluffy. That's what you want it to do, because you want to incorporate that sugar into that butter. And, adding the vanilla just helps carry it through the entire process. All right, so from this point, we're going to add 3 eggs, 1 by 1. One egg. Just mixing it to the turns until the yellow is incorporated. He fell in on his own.
I don't wonder they were doing shit like you did last time.
Scrape down the bowl because the eggs does gather around the edges. Want to make sure all of those eggs are incorporated inside. All right, here comes the quicker part. It's time to add the flour and the milk. All right, so I have 1 1/4 cup of whole milk. And I have 2 1/2 cups of flour. And to this flour, I have 2 1/2 teaspoons of baking powder and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. So we're going to alternate the flour with the milk. We're going to start with the flour, end with the flour. Now let's hope I don't have a flour cloud. That's a little bit of it. All right, just scrape down the side of the bowl. Get all of the flour in there. Make sure you got everything from the bottom. You know, I thought I tried this whisk attachment for cake batter to see how I would like it. This is my first time actually using that particular one. It didn't like it. I prefer this one. I prefer this one better. All right. Look, why can't I get it off? Oh. Hi. Look at me trying to do this with my left hand. This is not working out well. Not with the left hand. Is it? Am I even getting any off the thing? Probably not. Let's do that. Let's use a hand that I know. All right, there we go. So let's make sure it's incorporated. Everything has been mixed in really well. So from this point, we're going to bake it at 350 in a 8-inch pan, 2 8-inch pans, for about 30 to 35 minutes, depending on your oven. All right, so I have already sprayed my pan, but what I will do is add some parchment paper circles. So I have some of these parchment paper circles. I like to use these to put them in the pan so that way it'll help it not stick as well. You can also just buy regular parchment paper and cut it yourself. But if I can do it myself, well, buy it rather. Oh, I'm going to break it. Me trying to move it. Me trying to move it. I'm going to break the whole thing. Like I was saying. You can buy parchment paper, cut it, or I found these on Amazon. Look at that. It just falls right in there. All right. So let's add our batter. As evenly as you can. You can eyeball it, or if you want to, get a kitchen scale, like a digital scale. That way you can weigh it out and make sure that each pan has the same amount in it. Sometimes I do that. I actually do that a lot. But today I thought I'd do it the way I've done it before. So you want to make sure we get all this batter. All right, so just spread it around. Make sure it's evenly coating the bottom. All right. And just tap the bottom just to make sure you get any air bubbles out. And like I said, we're going to pop this in the oven at 350 for about 30 to 35 minutes in two 8-inch pans. And I'll be right back when they're out the oven. All right, you guys, the cake is out of the oven. It actually cooked in about 25 minutes, not 30. So, like I said, just check it with your oven to see how long it'll take for your cakes to cook. And what I'll do, after it cools off, we're going to frost it with some chocolate buttercream. I'm going to try to incorporate the video that I made for that chocolate buttercream. If it doesn't work out too well, then I'll do another video so you guys can see me make that chocolate buttercream. But in the meantime, let's let these cakes cool off. That pan is still hot. We're going to let it cool off, and we'll come back when it's time to frost. All right, you guys, at this point, my microphone did go out, so I'll just let you guys know what I was doing. So this is me with the chocolate buttercream, adding the crumb coat to the top layer. Look at that. Just a little buttercream on it, just smooth it around. Get it as even as you possibly can. And then we're going to move on to that second layer, do the same thing. Pull out that parchment paper, add that buttercream. Smooth it around, get all those edges as best we can. Get the edges, get the top, try to seal in all of those crumbs. So when we put on that next layer, it'll go really well. So what I'm going to do right here, I'm just making sure it's nice and even with that crumb coat. And then I'm going to put it in the freezer for about a good 20 minutes just so it can set. And then we'll add that second layer of frosting, buttercream to it. Trying to make sure it's nice and even and straight. All right, you guys, about to place this sucker in the freezer for a little bit, and I'll be right back when it's time to add that final coat. All right, you guys, I've taken the cake out of the freezer to let that crumb coat chill and set. So let's add the rest of this buttercream. And how do you know that it's set? You can touch it. Nothing comes up on your finger. I got a piping bag with a tip on it, so I think I'll put a couple decorations on it. And I made some, I wanted to do a black drip. Again, I'm doing extra. Can you see that black frosting right there? I didn't make it black from scratch. What I did was I bought this just so it could be quick. So I bought some chocolate fudge frosting and added some black food gel to it. Since it's already dark brown, mix the black gel to it, stir it together. It turns out black. And in order to get it to become a drip, I'm going to pop it in the microwave. Look at that. So that's the drip that you want. But you just want to do it so it's not too hot, because if it's too hot, it's going to drip straight down to your cake plate. So let's see if it works. I'm experimenting on this, so let's see if it works. Can y'all see that? And with that, we are done with our chocolate drip and chocolate decorations. All right, y'all. It's time to cut it. Let's have a taste. Can y'all see that?
That's what I'm talking about. Oh, the frost.
You see that? You see that buttercream? Can y'all see that buttercream? Remember I said we like buttercream over in these parts? I was not playing. It like it's all on top. It don't matter where it is, as long as there's a lot of frosting throughout this cake. Oh, it's kind of skimpy on the sides because I put it all on top. Shimmy, y'all. It's so good. Y'all, it's so good. Yummy. Y'all want some cake? Want some butter cake? Make this cake. Get you some. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all next time. Bye.